Hi, everyone. Welcome. Today is the second of our speaker series here in Thrive Park. Today we have the founder of Thrive Park, Diane Amelia Read. We're so delighted to hear from you today. She's also co-founder of the Vitality Continuum, and she is going to speak today on moving our bootay, arse, whatever you want to call it.
Ours.
And I'm so excited to hear about it because I know movement is near and dear to my heart. So thanks so much for sharing your wisdom with us around this topic today, Diane Amelia.
My great pleasure. Co-founder of the Vitality Continuum, Teresa Lisum. Um, so before we get into some nitty-gritty, just I wanted to tell you about a story that happened not all that long ago. And tell me if this has happened to you too, Teresa. Um, I was getting up from the floor and I made a sound I'd never heard. And it wasn't a groan, it did not come from my mouth. It was like this noise from one of my joints. And it was like, what is this? And I don't know, has that happened to you?
Oh yeah, yeah. It could come from any place.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mouth, not my mouth, a joint, whatever.
Mouth and joint.
Yes, all at the same time, a symphony of
Yeah,
sounds.
pretty much all the percussion. All the Rice Krispies, really. Snap, crackle, pop. Woo! But what happened for me in that moment really was a smack because I thought, is this just what getting older feels like now? And not so much that I believed that, it was a passing thought because that's the kind of messaging that over the course of our lives we absorb. That after a certain age, your body just winds down. It goes into decline. Like it's a given thing. We just grow up believing this and seeing other people around us living that reality. But here's the thing, it's mostly nonsense. It's mostly nonsense. The human body does not stop responding to movement as we age. In fact, our body over time becomes more dependent on it. And I'll just give a quick example. Our blood goes cocoon, cocoon through our bodies because our heart is pumping. Our lymphatic system relies on physical movement to get the lymph to move through our bodies. So if we're not moving, we're not lymphing, and that ain't good. So what we're going to talk about today is one of the most simple and powerful things you can do for your energy, certainly your body, your brain, your mood, and your independence is move your arse. So if you're listening in, please drop a little emoji, a little dancer in the chat if you've ever made mysterious noises getting up on the floor. And I want to start by reframing something, being really clear. Movement does not mean you have to be a gym rat. It's not punishment. And it's absolutely not trying to get our bodies to look like we did when we were 25. Movement is just about staying in the game. And that game is your life, the game of life. So movement supports energy. It supports brain health. It supports balance. It supports mood, and it supports independence, which, if you haven't gathered as yet, is near and dear to my heart. So if we want to keep traveling, exploring, laughing, dancing, and showing up fully in the lives we love, our bodies need, need to stay in motion. So here's a fascinating thing. There's research from Harvard Medical School that says regular physical activity can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by up to 30%. 30, not 13, 30%. That's not a supplement. That's not a fancy brain program, not an app on your phone. That's moving your arse. It's walking. It's getting up. It's taking the stairs. It's parking in the far end of the parking lot so that you have to go. You have a greater distance
Mhm.
to go. And, really, if 10 minutes of walking or simple exercise is going to help me remember where I left my phone, I am in. So if you're listening in, please put in the chat a yes if this statement rings true for you. I feel better emotionally after I move my body.
Hmm.
Normally, if we've gotten our blood flowing a little bit, our mood lifts. I know it's true for me. And as much as this is my lifestyle and my business, I have to talk myself into almost every workout I do. I don't particularly enjoy it, but wow, that mood boost afterwards, I love that. And I know intellectually all the things that I'm doing well for myself by taking a little time to move, that, the exercise I have to do, beyond walking, it's worth it. And so one of the fastest ways to change how you feel isn't by shifting your thought, although that can be helpful, but it's moving your body first. Movement releases endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and these are like built-in happy chemicals. Well, happiness chemicals. Um, and studies from the University of Michigan show that just 10 minutes of movement can significantly improve mood and reduce stress, which is a whole side conversation because the stress hormone is an absolute bully and can mess with you in a dozen ways. So think about 10 minutes. That's what, two, maybe three tunes on Spotify, and your brain responds almost immediately. That's crank up the music and shuffle around the kitchen. A friend of mine was telling me, and this is not just limited to women. A friend of mine was telling me about, like, he got really injured reaching for the soap in the shower. Soap wasn't even on the ground. I mean,
Oh,
he
wow.
just torqued. He
Mm.
wasn't sprinting, he wasn't lifting weights, he wasn't rock climbing. He was probably also not being in the moment. We're in the shower and our brains are elsewhere. So he wasn't being mindful, but he was reaching for the soap. And suddenly that was a high risk activity. So it's the kind of message that reminds me that our bodies are not fragile. They're just underused. We spend so much time sitting. I'm sitting right now. Teresa, I see you're sitting. We're at our desks, we're in our cars, we're at computers, we're in meetings, we're watching movies, we're relaxing, we're out to dinner, but we are sitting. We are making those two right angles back to thighs and thighs to the calves. Boop, boop, boop. And there we sit. So moments like the snap, crackle, pop, moments like having to go to the doctor because you reached for the shower. These are not our fragile bodies. These are our bodies saying, hey, yo, remember me? I was designed to move. And admittedly, my friend had a desk job and he was at that desk a lot. So was that a contributor? Probably was. So this is food for thought. I am a big proponent of, and I'm trying to live my life so that I am fully physically capable until my last breath, which I hope is at an exceedingly long age. And so movement is, I am beating the drum of movement. And I'm going to say, let's practice what I preach. So, because I'm sitting on Zoom for long periods. It's basically the modern version of being stuck in an office chair. So we're going to do a little experiment together. Nothing athletic and nobody's being graded. Um, but if you're willing, let's stand up. And then we both go off the camera more or less here. I'll see if I can tip that so I can see it. So nothing exotic here. Let's just roll our shoulders first forward a couple of times, maybe three. Ooh, now let's reverse it and go back. Now let's just turn our heads side to side, just gently, slowly, and no reaching over and cracking your neck. This is about gentle movement. And now let's shake out our hands and get really silly and shake our arms. And now,
You're frozen there, my friend.
right.
Oh man. We had a little glitch, so we're going to start shaking all over again. So we are rolling our shoulders back, 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 and then reverse forward. Oh, I'm getting some snap, crackle, pop right now. And now we're going to love on our necks. Just gently turn to the right and the left and the right and the left. And if it feels good, tip your ear toward one shoulder, then in the other direction. And now we're going to shake out our hands and then get really silly and extend that. So we're shaking out our arms like one of those inflatable things outside the paint store. And let's shake our legs. Shake it to the right, shake it to the left, kind of like the hokey pokey. And now I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. Raise your arms up overhead. Deep breath in. And let it all out, releasing your arms.
Now, the last little step, we're gonna wiggle, like just do a little bounce from side to side, or wiggle, or make your hips go in a big circle, or dance, and just move. This is a really, really quick, what was that, a minute, maybe a minute and 15 seconds to reset your nervous system. And your brain just received more oxygen, more circulation, and a little mood boost. Sometimes we call these movement snacks, micro movements, but yeah, I like the idea of instead of reaching for a snack from the fridge, reach for a movement snack. It doesn't have to be heroic. It doesn't have to be a big trip to the gym. It just has to happen. So if you take nothing else away from today, like what a silly woman. Remember this, your body doesn't need perfection. It just needs participation. So I'm going to invite folks watching to drop in the chat how you feel right now compared to 2 minutes ago. Maybe you're more energized. Maybe you're the same. Maybe you're still sleepy. I don't know. Teresa, how do you feel?
I feel good. It's amazing what that little bit of movement can do. It's just like it just shifts everything. Just
Yeah,
that little bit. I mean, you feel a little silly, but that's okay. You'll get over it. And it really does, yeah, just let everything. Hey, I just love that. And it doesn't take a lot of time, like you said. You could do it on a commercial. You could do it, you know, when you're going to get your drink of water. You can, yeah, whatever. You can pair it with some other thing that you're doing all the time. And yeah, I
yeah,
feel so much lighter.
yeah. Lighter. I love the way you say
Hmm.
that. Yeah, it's just like, oh, kind of, it's refreshing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The movement snack is very refreshing.
My tasty movement snack. So I know I've dropped a couple of statistics about research, but this is one that just blew my mind. And I saw it with my mom as she was aging. But after about 30, we can lose roughly 3 to 8% of our muscle mass per decade if we don't actively use it. And as much as that can sound discouraging, and people can say, see, we do deteriorate, research also shows that strength training can reverse much of that loss, even in our 70s and 80s. In other words, your muscles didn't retire, they're just waiting for a job. So hire them, get them moving. Now, if the idea of exercise makes you groan, drop a sad face in the chat. And if you already love it, pop a little muscle. I know a lot of people, I might be preaching to the choir here. A lot of people love movement and understand the value. And even if you're kind of like me and you don't necessarily love it per se, you do understand the value. And here's something else. I hope you saw our own Teresa Lisum's little talk last month on superpowers and personal strengths. And so it's important to underscore that movement doesn't have to look the same for everyone. Movement can actually reflect your natural strengths. And if your strength is connection, what might somebody do, Teresa?
They would find a buddy, somebody that they can work out with, or even if it could be in person or virtually, or just have an accountability partner that you're checking in with. So you can kind of each celebrate each other as you do your movement on a daily basis.
Yeah, and if you have, if you're just naturally kind of creative, maybe you want to dance or do something exotic. Oh, I saw yesterday a video of a woman on dancing on a pole. It was amazing. The amount of strength it took for her to be that graceful was impressive. Impressive. So, but that's pure creativity. It's also movement and strength and kind of extra, but she was beautiful and clearly a creative soul. So, what if you're more analytical, Miss T? What could somebody do
Mm.
to
Probably
build a routine? Yeah.
you'd want to track your data. Maybe have a calendar or a chart that you could check off and visually show yourself that you're making progress, you're sticking to a habit.
Mhm.
Just another way of confirming and validating yourself like, yeah, I'm doing it, you know? I can see it. It's right there in front of me.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say having that kind of tracking and discipline is not good or bad. It's just what this person grooves on. And
Mhm.
so that's a way to use your own strengths to help you keep showing up. Because when we align our self-care with who we are naturally, it just becomes more sustainable. So, what kind of movement do you like? What's your jam?
You're asking me
I'm asking
personally?
you.
I just love movement in general. And so I work out every day. I love my walking, that I love to have my walking in there. I'm bike riding, dancing. I love all of that. So I find it hard to believe that some people don't like to move. It's like, what? How could you not like to move?
Yeah.
But I do enjoy all of it.
Yeah, and for me, I like doing things that maintain my muscles and my flexibility so that I can go out and do the playful things that I enjoy, like surfing and hiking and just playing in the water. So
Mhm. Yeah, love that too.
my exercise serves a joy purpose.
Yes. Can I just bring up a few points
Yeah,
that
please.
I heard? I love that it's movement and planning for movement with intention is all about staying in the game of life. I love that. I mean, I did see multiple family members who did not have the intention of moving, and it caught up with them in the end. Like they just physically declined because they didn't make it a choice for themselves to move, to keep that muscle strength and tone. And yeah, it was not fun to watch that
Yeah.
decline. And I knew in my head because they weren't moving. And multiple factors involved, of course. So this is near and dear to my heart as well. So just enabling us to do regular things like getting up out of a chair, reaching for the soap, as in your friend's case, just those functional daily things, getting in and out of a car easily and with some energy. Those are all things that we need to maintain our ability to do as we mature
Yeah,
and move
exactly.
through life. And so it's important to really make this part of our daily habit in some form or fashion.
Amen. Amen. It's all about just living our best lives and
Yes, yes.
investing in
Love that.
ourselves. So I'm going to offer a little summary and a challenge. It's a four segment move it rule. Move every day, lift something a little heavy a few times a week, walk more than you sit, and choose movement you enjoy.
Mhm.
Because the best
Okay.
exercise for you is the one you actually do.
Mhm.
And I'm going to kind of frame this next challenge as an experiment. just an experiment. For the next 7 days, move your body for at least 10 minutes a day. That's it. You can walk, stretch, dance in the kitchen, do squats while you're waiting for your tea water to boil, take the stairs, but every day, 10 minutes for just 7 days. And 1 week from today, notice three things: your energy, your mood, and the feeling in your body. Remember, this is not punishment. This is not a good, bad, definitely not a good girl, bad girl. I should do it, but I'm not doing it. No, this is about you participating in your own life for life. So I hope you're willing to try. Um, we talked today about fueling the body that carries all the superpowers that Teresa talks about, your wisdom, your leadership, your voice. They all live here inside our beautiful bodies. And so remember that, love on your body, be gentle with your body, be gentle with yourself, and most of all, go about it joyfully.
Yes. And I might add, at any age, age is irrelevant. You can do this at any point in your life.
My mom started going to the gym in her late, no, she was 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What an inspiration. Good for
Yeah,
her.
crazy, right?
Mm.
But she actually enjoyed it. She'd never seen herself as a fit, as a gym rat, but
Wow.
there
And at
she was
80.
at the gym.
Wow. That is fabulous.
Yeah.
Definitely an inspiration. And just again, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I mean, it can be an accumulation of those 10 minutes, right? It could be those little snacks throughout the day. And it's not a large chunk of time.
No, and it's not a large chunk of time. The benefits are disproportional. It's a
Right.
little bit of time with big, big benefits. So
Right.
dance in your kitchen, walk a little, stretch, move.
hmm
I encourage you to do it 10 minutes for 7 days. Note what today is, what day is 7 days from now, and 10 minutes a day. You've got that. You've got that for yourself.
Yes, you do. And
So,
I love the
oh,
investment in yourself. It's you're doing it for yourself.
yes.
hmm
And I think it's timely to say that Teresa and I have come upon language for something we knew already, but joy is power.
hmm
So bring your joyful self to these 10 minutes every day for 7 days and just see how you feel.
hmm Okay.
So thank you so much. If there are questions, please pop them in the chat below, and we can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much,
for your
Diane
time.
Amelia. Thanks everybody for listening. Thank you, Diane Amelia. And we look forward to the next in this speaker series.
Absolutely. Lots of women with great stuff to say.
All right. Bye bye.